Freelancing. This is the most direct and immediate side income stream available to almost anyone with a skill, and it has existed in some form for as long as people have exchanged work for payment outside of formal employment. Freelancing means offering a specific skill or service to clients on a project-by-project or contract basis rather than as a permanent employee. Writing, graphic design, web development, video editing, translation, bookkeeping, social media management, virtual assistants, photography, voiceover work. The range of skills that can be freelanced is as broad as the range of skills that exist. The barrier to entry depends entirely on the skill in question. A competent copywriter can begin finding clients within days of deciding to do so. A freelance software developer with a strong portfolio can command rates that quickly exceed what many full-time positions offer. The core platforms that connect freelancers with clients, Upwork, Fiverr, TopTal, People Per Hour, and others, have lowered the friction of finding work considerably, though the most sustainable freelance practices are usually built on direct client relationships developed over time rather than platform dependency. The income is variable by nature, which is both its challenge and its advantage. A strong month can significantly exceed a fixed salary, while a slow month requires the financial discipline that any self-directed income demands.
Selling digital products. A digital product is something created once and sold repeatedly without additional production cost each time it sells. This is the defining characteristic that separates it from most other income streams and gives it a particular appeal. The work of creation happens at the beginning, and each subsequent sale is essentially pure revenue minus whatever platform fees apply. Digital products include ebooks, templates, printables, spreadsheets, preset packs for photo or video editing, fonts, icon sets, digital art, music samples, sound effects, online course materials, Notion templates, Excel models, resume templates, pitch deck frameworks, and anything else that can be delivered as a file. The creation requires genuine effort and often specialist knowledge, and the most successful digital products solve a specific problem that a specific audience has and is willing to pay to solve. A financial analyst who creates a spreadsheet model that saves other analysts hours of work has built something with real market value. A photographer who packages their editing presets has productized a skill they already use. Marketplaces like Gumroad, Etsy, Creative Market, and Teachable provide the infrastructure for selling without requiring the seller to build their own storefront. The compounding nature of digital product income, where a product built 2 years ago continues generating sales today, makes it one of the few genuinely passive income streams available, though the word passive tends to understate the upfront work required to create something people actually want to buy.
Print on demand. Print on demand allows anyone to design products, t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, phone cases, tote bags, posters, notebooks, and dozens of other items without holding any inventory, managing any production, or handling any shipping. The creator uploads a design to a print-on-demand platform such as Printful, Printify, Redbubble, or Merch by Amazon, sets their price above the platform's base cost, and receives the margin whenever a customer purchases. The platform prints the item, ships it directly to the customer, and handles any returns or customer service issues. The income potential is directly related to the quality and market fit of the designs, rather than to any production capability. A strong design that connects with a specific community, a niche hobby, a profession, a cultural reference, can generate consistent passive sales without any additional effort from the creator once the design is uploaded. The challenge is that the margins per item are relatively thin compared to other product businesses, meaning volume matters considerably. Print on demand works best when paired with an existing audience or with a strong understanding of search behavior on the platforms where the products are listed, since organic discovery on Redbubble and Merch by Amazon functions more like search engine optimization than traditional retail.
Affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is the practice of earning a commission by directing customers to another company's product or service through a unique tracking link. When someone clicks the link and makes a purchase within a defined window, which varies by program but is often 24 to 30 days, the affiliate earns a percentage of the sale. The commission rate varies enormously by industry and program. Physical products on Amazon Associates typically pay 1 to 4%, while software subscriptions and digital products in some categories pay 20 to 50% or more. The appeal of affiliate marketing is that it requires no product creation, no inventory, no customer service, and no fulfillment. The requirement is traffic, people who trust the affiliate's recommendations enough to click and purchase. This traffic typically comes from a blog, a YouTube channel, a newsletter, a podcast, a social media presence, or some combination of these. The most sustainable affiliate income is built on genuine product recommendations that the affiliate has actually used and found valuable, because audiences who feel manipulated into purchases through disingenuous recommendations do not remain audiences for long. High-ticket affiliate programs, particularly in software, finance, education, and travel, can produce significant income from relatively small audiences when the audience is highly targeted and the recommendations are trusted.
Online courses. An online course packages expertise into a structured learning experience that students pay to access. The format can range from a simple series of video lessons on a single specific skill to a comprehensive multi-module program with assessments, community access, and live sessions. The economics of online courses are significantly more favorable than most people expect at the point of creation. A course that sells for $150 to 300 students generates a revenue figure that took the same number of hours to set up as a course that sells for $15 to the same number of students. The pricing of online courses should be determined by the value delivered to the student. What skill do they acquire? What problem does it solve? What would they otherwise pay to learn this, rather than by the hours of content recorded? Platforms like Teachable, Kajabi, Thinkific, and Udemy handle the hosting, payment processing, and delivery infrastructure. The distinction between selling on a marketplace like Udemy, where traffic already exists but the platform takes a significant revenue share and controls pricing, and selling on a self-hosted platform like Teachable, where the creator controls pricing and keeps most revenue but must generate their own traffic, is one of the first decisions a course creator faces. The course that continues selling months after creation to students the creator has never interacted with individually is the model most course creators are building toward.
Renting assets. This income stream requires existing assets rather than existing skills, which makes it structurally different from most others on this list. The principle is straightforward. Any asset that has value to someone else and can be temporarily transferred can be rented. The most familiar version is property rental, where a spare room, a second property, or a short-term rental listed on Airbnb or Vrbo generates income from people who need accommodation. But the principle extends considerably further than property. A car listed on a peer-to-peer rental platform such as Turo generates income when the owner is not using it. A camera and lens kit listed on a rental platform earns a daily rate from photographers who need equipment for a specific shoot. A parking space in a city center rented through a parking platform generates consistent daily income from a passive asset. Power tools, camping equipment, musical instruments, trailers, and specialist equipment of many kinds can all be listed on appropriate rental platforms. The income depends on asset quality, location, demand, and how actively the listing is managed, but the principle, making an underused asset work while it would otherwise sit idle, is one of the oldest forms of capital allocation in existence.
Stock photography and videography. Stock photography and videography involves uploading images and video clips to licensing platforms where buyers, businesses, publishers, marketers, content creators, website owners pay to use them in their projects. Every time an image or clip is licensed, the contributor earns a royalty. The platforms that dominate this market include Shutterstock, Getty Images, Adobe Stock, and iStock, each with different royalty structures, contributor tiers, and buyer demographics. The income from a single image is modest,
often a fraction of $1 per download on the high-volume subscription platforms. But a library of several hundred or several thousand images generates a cumulative passive income that grows as the library grows. What sells on stock platforms is determined by commercial demand rather than artistic merit. Images of diverse people in professional contexts, food photography, lifestyle imagery, business concepts, and location photography of high-demand destinations consistently outperform niche or experimental work. The same principle applies to stock video footage, where the per-clip royalties are higher and the supply of truly professional footage is lower, giving videographers a better per-unit income than photographers typically achieve. The model rewards consistency of upload and understanding of what buyers are actually searching for.
Newsletters and paid subscriptions. A newsletter monetized through paid subscriptions operates on the principle that a sufficiently engaged and trusting audience will pay for content that provides them with genuine, ongoing value, insight, analysis, curation, information, or entertainment that they cannot easily find elsewhere at the same quality. Platforms like Substack, Beehive, and Ghost have made the infrastructure for paid newsletters straightforward. A writer sets a monthly or annual subscription price, a portion of the subscriber base converts from free to paid, and the income is recurring. The recurring nature is what makes this model particularly powerful compared to one-time sales. A newsletter with 2,000 paid subscribers at $8 per month generates $16,000 per month in recurring revenue, the economics of which are clear and scalable. The content that performs best in paid newsletters is highly specific, expert analysis of a niche that a general publication would not cover in sufficient depth, curated intelligence for a professional audience with limited time, or writing of such distinctive voice and quality that readers would pay simply to remain part of the readership. The challenge is audience building, which requires consistent free content over a significant period before paid conversion becomes meaningful, making the newsletter a long-term investment rather than an immediate income stream.
Tutoring and coaching. Tutoring and coaching represent the most direct exchange in any side income model. Expertise for money, delivered in real time through conversation and instruction. Tutoring typically refers to academic support, helping students understand a subject, prepare for examinations, or develop specific academic skills, while coaching tends to refer to professional or personal development support, helping clients achieve specific outcomes in their career, business, fitness, relationships, or other areas. Both require genuine expertise in the relevant area and the ability to communicate that expertise effectively in a one-to-one or small group context. The income per hour from tutoring and coaching is typically higher than for most other side income streams. Subject specialist tutors for competitive examinations charge rates that reflect the significant value of their help to students and families. And business or executive coaches at established levels can command hourly rates in the hundreds. Online delivery through video call platforms has removed the geographic constraint that previously limited tutors and coaches to working with clients within reach of their physical location, dramatically expanding the potential client base. Platforms like Superprof, Tutorful, and Wyzant connect tutors with students, while coaches typically build their client base through content creation, referrals, and direct outreach.
Dropshipping. Dropshipping is a retail fulfillment model in which a seller lists products for sale in an online store without holding any inventory. When a customer places an order, the seller purchases the item from a third-party supplier, typically a manufacturer or wholesaler, often based in China through platforms like AliExpress or CJ Dropshipping, who ships the product directly to the customer. The seller earns the margin between what the customer paid and what the supplier charges. The appeal is the absence of upfront inventory cost and the ability to offer a wide product range without warehousing. The reality is more demanding than many simplified explanations suggest. Shipping times from overseas suppliers can be long, product quality is variable and difficult to control, and customer service issues, wrong items, damaged goods, missing packages, fall to the seller to resolve regardless of where in the supply chain the problem originated. The most successful dropshipping businesses tend to operate in specific niches with strong market demand, invest significantly in advertising to drive traffic to their stores, and either work with domestic suppliers for faster shipping or move toward a hybrid model where best-selling products are eventually held in inventory as the business matures. It remains a viable starting point for people building toward a product business with limited capital to invest upfront.